there, welcome to this special family festive yoga. So today's class is a very special class because other than being a yoga teacher, I'm also qualified to give Santa's helpers training. So that's what we're going to do today, and we'll start in a seated position. So if you come down to the floor, maybe crossing the legs, you can have the legs out in front, or you can come to the shins. And when you arrive, we'll just place our hands on the knees. You can close the eyes if you like, or maybe soften the gaze. And let's just take a deep breath in through the nose. Feel that belly expand. And exhale, open the mouth wide and breathe it out. Let's do that again one more time. So inhale in through the nose. Feel that belly expand. And breathe out of the mouth. Great. So now I'm sure we've all heard of a special reindeer called Rudolph. And what Rudolph has is a big red shiny nose. So we're going to just start to move our nose side to side if we can. We might move our mouth at the same time, that's perfectly fine. And now I want you to start to draw circles with the nose, starting with really small circles. And slowly let those circles get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when you can't make them any bigger, let's switch directions and start to let those circles get smaller and smaller and smaller. Coming back to center. You can open the eyes if you haven't got them open already. Now we're going to do Reindeer Breath. So it's a little bit of a funny one. It might feel a bit funny on the mouth, but just see how you go. And you might not do it right. I might not as well. Just see how it is. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and then we're going to blow or breathe out of the mouth, but we're going to have the lips together like this. And you will feel the lips vibrate. So I'll show you the first one and hopefully I do it right. So deep breath in. And then when you breathe out, you kind of just breathe out of the lips and let them vibrate. So that's our reindeer breath. We'll do it 3 times together. So just see how you go. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out the mouth. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. And 1 more time, breathe in. And breathe out. So that last one didn't work so well for me. I hope you gave it a go and noticed how that feels on the lips. So now we will move into our reindeer stretches. So reindeers have a lot of work to do carrying or pulling that sledge all through the Christmas Eve night. So we have to make sure our reindeers are nice and stretched out. So we'll make our way onto our hands and knees. And we'll just start to take some movements here. So let's start to make some big circles with the body. We can bring our bum down towards our heels and then coming over the hands. And then let's go the other way. And then coming back up to center. Now we'll just arch the back here, so drop the head down, really start to arch through the back. Pull that belly button in, and then breathe in. Gaze is up, dropping the belly down. We'll do that 2 more times. So draw that navel in, drop the head down, really arch through the spine. And then drop the belly down, lift the head up. And 1 more time, drop the head, belly button in. And then coming back up, looking up towards the ceiling, dropping dropping the belly down. And then just come back into our all fours position. So we've kind of stretched out the reindeer's back a little bit. Now let's stretch out the arms. So from here, let's lift the right arm forward and then place it back down. And the left arm, and place it back down. Let's do that again. So one arm forward and back down. Opposite arm, back down. Now let's do the same with the legs. So send one leg backwards, place it back down. Opposite leg, lifting it up, stretch out through the toes and back down. Let's do that again. So send your leg out behind you, stretching through the leg. Place it back down. And then the other leg, placing it back down. So reindeers are quite good at balancing, so we're going to do a little bit of a balancing stretch now. So this time we'll send one arm forward and the opposite leg out. Start to stretch out through the fingers and the toes. And then placing them both back down. Let's do the same on the other side. So the opposite arm out in front, opposite leg out, stretch through those fingers, stretch through those toes. Great, and then placing it back down. Perfect. This time we will send the one leg out behind us again, and then come onto the toes, and just slowly come back and forth on those toes. And then bring that knee back in and do the same on the other side. So coming out onto the toes, rocking back and forth. Great, and then place that knee back down. So you can come back into a seated position now. So just coming back onto the shins. So we've learned how to stretch out our reindeers now, so we're all ready for that and they're ready to go. Now we need to learn how to ride a sleigh. So coming onto the knees, lifting the hips up, and we want to bring our arms out in front. So we're holding onto the reins, and then we want to make our reindeers go. So we're going to lift our arms up, and then exhale, sit back down. So lift the arms up and sit back down. Let's do that a few more times. Arms up, back down. Last time, arms up and back down. Now, reindeers do need to turn left and right as we are flying through the air, so we need to learn how to turn side to side. So coming back up onto our knees, arms out in front. We're going to take one leg out towards the side, and then we're going to bring the same arm down onto the left leg and sweep the other arm up and over. So whenever we want to turn this direction, this is what we need to come into. And then to come back up to centre, we just come back in again, bringing the arms out in front. And then if we want to turn the other way, we send the opposite leg out, take the same hand, place it onto the leg, and then sweep the opposite arm up and over. And then coming back in once we've turned the whole way around. So let's do that a few times. So we want to let our reindeers go forward. So start to bring our arms up, heels back. Arms up, heels back. Arms up, heels back. And now we want to turn to this direction. So bringing that leg out, arm down, sweeping the other arm up. And then coming back up to centre. And let's go straight again, so bringing the arms up and down. And now we want to go to the other side, so next time we come up, bring that opposite leg out, bring that arm down and sweep that arm over. And then once we've turned, coming back up to centre, and let's go again, so coming or going forward. Great. And now we want to show our reindeers how to stop. So coming up, bringing our arms down, and then just place them on the floor. So we come to an all fours position, and our reindeers have come to a stop. Now we need to get off the sleigh. So what we're going to do is tuck our back toes, walk the hands back, lift the knees, come into a little ball if you can, and then slowly start to straighten the legs, rolling all the way up, rolling the shoulders back and down. When you get there, lifting the arms up overhead, come onto the balls of the toes, stretch through the fingers, place the feet back down, and then just take a little hop forward, and we're off our sleigh. Great, well done guys. You have done a really good job of stretching out the reindeers. You've learned how to ride a sleigh. So now what we're going to do is look at our Christmas tree. So we'll go for a few things that you might find on a Christmas tree, starting with a big Christmas bobble. So bringing our feet out nice and wide, toes pointing out to the side. Let's make a big circle with the hands, so bringing the arms out wide, up and around, and then back down. So a nice big circle for our Christmas bobble. One more time. And that's great, bringing the arms back down. So what else do we find on a tree? We can find some lights. So bringing the hands out, we'll just start to make a little flicking motion with our hands, swaying side to side with the hips. Great. What else do we find on our tree? We might find some tinsel. So let's just move the tinsel across the tree, swaying our arms side to side, moving our hips, moving our bodies. Great. And coming back to center. Now, some people might have a big star on the top of their tree, so let's come into our 5-pointed star pose, so bringing the arms out to points, fingers and toes out to points, and start to just flicker those hands, a big nice shining bright star. And then you can release the arms down. And something else you might find on a tree is a Christmas fairy. So let's come into our fairy position. So start to just gently start to move the arms up and down, move the legs up and down. So this is our fairy pose. And then finally we've got the tree, so that's the most important part of our Christmas tree. So coming up to our standing position, we want to balance on one leg. Bring the opposite leg up, so you might want to hold on to something here so you don't fall over. Bring that foot up and just place it either on the calf, on the ankle, or on the inner leg. You might wobble all over here, and that's perfectly fine. You can have the hands on the hips. Or if you like and you've got a fairy on the tree, you might want to bring the arms out and just sparkle those fingers, wriggling them around for our shining star. Or you can start to move the arms up and down for our fairy. And if you fall out of it, that's fine. You can always come back in. And gently, when you're ready, coming back, you can just pat the feet out. We'll do the same on the other side. So this time we will have our trunk as this opposite leg. Lift out left leg, if it's the left leg, up, and place that foot on the calf or on the thigh. And maybe having the hands on the hips, or if you've got your shining star, you might want to bring the arms up, wiggle the fingers, Or if you've got a fairy on the tree, you might like to just start to float the arms up and down for the wings of our fairy. And when you're ready, you can come out of the pose. Take the leg down, just shake out the body a little bit. So shaking the arms, shaking the legs, let it all go. Great. So we've just got one more step in our Santa helper training, and that is to give the presents out. So as Santa's helpers, Santa has a massive sack, it's huge. We need to dive into the sack, grab the present, bring it out and give it to someone. So come to standing, we're going to come up, make ourselves really nice and tall, reaching up through the fingers, coming onto the toes. And then we're going to dive forward, bringing the hands down towards the floor, bend the knees here, so coming into a forward fold, arriving in Santa's sack, and then we want to grab a present and then start to push through the feet, bring the present up. You can bring it overhead and then placing it under the tree. So just place it to one side. So we'll do that again. We've got 3 more presents to give out. So coming up onto the toes, reaching up through the fingers, and then coming forward, picking up the present, push through the feet, bringing the present up above our heads, and then placing it to the opposite side. So 2 more times. Breathe in, make yourself nice, long, and dive forward, come into Santa's sack, grab that present, push through the feet, make our way back up, and placing it over to one side, and then coming back to centre. We'll do that 1 more time, so we've got 1 more present to go, so reaching up through the fingers, diving forward, grab that present, push through the feet, straighten those legs, bring the arms up, and then place the present to the opposite side, and then coming back to centre. So that is our Santa's training. We've done really, really well. We've done lots of work today. So now we want to rest after all that hard work. So let's make our way down to the mat. So coming into a ball, dropping the head down, start to bend through the knees. Make your way into a really small ball. So maybe hugging the knees in, dropping the head in. Make yourself as small as you can. And then come down onto your bums, bringing the feet out. Make sure you've got enough room behind you, so you might need to move some stuff out the way. And we'll roll down onto our backs. Bring our arms up overhead, stretch through the fingers, stretch through the toes. And let it go. Bring your arms down beside you. And get nice and comfortable here. So maybe put on a jumper if you like. Arms can come out to the side. Feet can just relax out. And we'll just take a few breaths here. So like at the start of the training, breathe in through the nose. See if you can make that belly nice and big. And then breathe out of the mouth, sigh it out. Let's do that 2 more times. So breathe in through the nose, feel that belly get bigger. And breathe out of the mouth. 1 more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Now just resting here. You did a really great job today. You're now qualified Santa's helpers. You can start to make some small movements with the hands, with the fingers and with the toes. You can move the head side to side. And slowly make your way up to a seated position. And that's the end of our family festive yoga. Well done, everyone. I hope you have a lovely Christmas and I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you for practicing it with me today.